Hi there. If you're approaching age 65 or perhaps you're helping a loved one navigate their healthcare options, you've likely noticed that Medicare feels a lot like a giant bowl of alphabet soup. You'll get lots of advice from friends and family, but it's important that you understand the basics to make the right choice for your needs, because what was right for Aunt Susie may not be the right choice for your needs. We've got Part A, Part B, Part C, Part D, and then there's Plan N and Plan G. It's enough to make anybody's head spin. See why they call it the alphabet soup? Well, I'm Holly Ryherd, and today we're going to pour out the soup ingredients and look at them one by one. By the end of this video, you should know exactly what these letters mean, what they cover, and most importantly, how to make the right choice for you. Let's start with the foundations of original Medicare. It consists of two main parts, Part A and Part B. Part A. Part A is your hospitalization insurance. This is the coverage you get when you are in a hospital bed. It covers inpatient stays, skilled nursing, facility care, hospice, and some home health. For most of you, Part A has no monthly premium because you've paid into it through your payroll taxes while you were working. Part B is your medical insurance. This is everything outside of the hospital. Think of doctor visits, outpatient surgeries, lab tests, x-rays, and even some preventative screenings like flu shots or mammograms. The majority of your healthcare happens in Part B. Unlike Part A, Part B does have a monthly premium. In 2026, the standard price is $202.90, but that can go up if you're a high earner. It's also important to know that Part B generally covers about 80% of your medical cost after a small deductible. That leaves you responsible for the remaining 20%. And here's the kicker. There's no limit on that 20% out-of-pocket cost. If you need a repeated treatment for things like cancer or infusions, you'll be responsible for 20% every time. That could leave you on the hook for thousands, if not tens of thousands of dollars. That missing 20% is exactly why most people don't stop at Original Medicare. Original Medicare does not include coverage for most self-administered prescription drugs. To get this, you have to enroll in a private plan. Even if you don't take any medications right now, I almost always recommend signing up for a placeholder Part D plan. Why? Because if you wait until you actually need it, you'll be hit with a late enrollment penalty that stays with you for life. They add 1% of the average monthly premium per month not covered. If you go 2 years without coverage, you'll have a 24% late enrollment penalty that will never go away. You can add a placeholder policy to keep that from happening, and it also gives you a level of protection if you do become ill mid-year and need a name brand medication that could cost hundreds of dollars a month. Part D plans vary widely. Each one has its own formulary, which is just a fancy word for a list of drugs they cover. This is why we always check your specific medications against available plans every single year. Now I have some truly incredible news for anyone who has struggled with high-cost prescriptions. For years, the donut hole was the dreaded coverage gap where your costs suddenly spiked. It was the biggest headache in Medicare. Well, as of 2025, the donut hole has been officially eliminated. Thanks to the Inflation Reduction Act, there is now a hard cap on what you pay out of pocket for your prescriptions at the pharmacy. In 2026, that magic number is $2,100. It will likely go up a bit each year, but this is a larger improvement from the years in the past where clients on multiple brand name medications would spend at least twice that. It is important to note that this cap is only on medications that run through your plan and is on the formulary. So what does that actually mean for you? It means that once you spend $2,100 on your covered Part D medications for that year, including your deductible and copays, you are done. You will pay $0 for your covered prescriptions for the rest of the calendar year. Whether your medications normally cost $5,000 or $50,000 a year, your responsibility stops at the $2,100 mark. Okay, so now we have Part A, Part B, and D, but wait, what about Part C? Part C is commonly known as Medicare Advantage. Think of this as an alternative way to get your Medicare instead of the government managing your billing. You choose a private insurance company to bundle everything together. These plans usually include Part A and B, and almost always Part D. Most people find them attractive because they often include extra benefits that Original Medicare doesn't often cover, like dental, vision, hearing, or even a gym membership. However, Advantage plans usually involve a network. You may be required to see specific doctors or stay within a certain geographical area to get the best rates. It's a trade-off, but more extras and often lower premiums, but with more rules on where you can go for care. It will operate a lot like an employer healthcare plan, where you need to check to see if your doctors work with our plan and possibly wait for prior authorizations for things like MRIs. If more freedom to choose is something that sounds good to you, then you might decide to stay with Original Medicare, Parts A and B, and you'll likely want to fill the gap with that 20% co-insurance we mentioned earlier. This is where Medicare supplement plans come in. They're also called Medigap. These plans are not Part C. Instead, they sit on top of original Medicare. When you go to the doctor, Medicare pays its portion first, and then your supplemental plan steps in to pay the rest. They cover the gap of Medicare. The biggest advantage here, freedom. You can see any doctor in the country that accepts Medicare. No networks, no referrals. This is where the alphabet soup gets confusing again, because supplementals are also named with letters, like Plan G or Plan N. Just remember, A, B, C, and D are different types of coverage. Plan G and N are specific supplemental options. I know we just covered a lot of ground. We went from the hospital bed of Part A to the doctor's office and Part B, through the pharmacy of Part D, and explored the two different paths that we can take with the all-in-one Part C or the freedom of a supplemental. Here's the most important thing to remember. There's no perfect plan. There's only the plan that is the right fit for you, your health, your budget, and your favorite doctors are unique. That's exactly why here at Sodders & Associates, we don't just sell insurance, we help you navigate the soup so that you can retire with peace of mind. If you're feeling overwhelmed or just want a second pair of eyes on the options, give us a call at 316-682-1791 for no obligation consultation. I'm Holly Reichard. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.